in SAS. It's freezing cold all week. That stadium is crazy. It's packed. Like, you're outdoors. Like, this feels like, all right, I'm playing real deal football in Canada.
What's up, everyone? Thanks again for joining us here on the Helmets Off podcast. We've got Argos alumni DaVaris Daniels here with us. I'm Sean Bowen, and we have today DaShaun Amos. We get into not knowing where Amos is from and not knowing how to pronounce his name. What did you call it?
Amos or Amos?
Amos. Yeah, we do a bunch of that. Yeah. He tells some unbelievable stories about playing football and getting to know this guy and coming up the ranks with him in Calgary and playing here in Toronto. We get to learn a little bit more about Mr. DaShaun Amos / Amos / Mos / you guys will figure it out. All right, everyone, this guy here currently listed from Midlothian, Virginia, but he claims Richmond as his hometown.
You know what's funny about that? I was just talking about that the other day because somebody was talking about changing their bio. They were talking to Chris about that. And I've just let it happen. My high school that I went to, the high school I transferred to was outside of my district. They were in Midlothian. So my bio when I got to college and all that, they always seen Midlothian, but yeah, no, from Richmond, man.
It's good.
It's kind
You
of.
didn't even let me finish the intro. I had all this stuff written down.
Oh, my bad.
So I was going to say, but if you ask him, he says it's from Richmond. According to Wikipedia, he's one of the most notable people from his hometown, Midlothian. If you go and check that, that's me fact-checking, doing homework.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. He was a first-team all-district as a wide receiver in high school. After putting up numbers as a kid, he attended the University of East Carolina. Go Pirates.
Go Pirates.
Now playing in his 8th CFL season with stops in Calgary, Hamilton, and Toronto. He's one game shy of 100.
There you go.
In the CFL. Congratulations.
Yeah.
He's also a 3-time Grey Cup champion.
Yeah.
Funny enough.
Yeah.
He's won all 3 with this guy here to my left.
How
So
y'all
you
doing?
owe all your credit
To this guy right
to
here.
this guy right here.
Yeah.
And he wanted to ask you a name before we start. We wanted to ask you a question before we start.
Yeah.
What's
I
up?
wanted to ask because it's only a few people who over the course of time in a locker room where their last name takes precedent over their first name. Okay? There's only a few people. You think about your teammates, like Liram, you call him Liram.
Yeah.
John, you call him John. Not for you. Most people call you by your last name.
Yeah.
Okay? And I've had the luxury, to know you for at least 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay? And to this day.
I'm sorry, but I'm just looking at Bo and smiling. Go ahead.
To this day, I still don't know exactly how to say. So I want you for the people to go ahead and let us know. Because I'm gonna say what I say first. I say Amos.
Yeah.
But it's mostly because I'm like, hey, Mos. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What's up, Mos? Like, that's how I say it. But I've heard people say it other ways.
Yeah.
So for clarification purposes, can you clarify the last name for us?
My last name is pronounced Amos.
Amos.
Like in the Bible.
So I was wrong.
Amos. Famous Amos.
So I was wrong.
Yep. But, again, another thing, since high school, people have been saying Amos.
Yeah.
I don't know how that is it's looked at as, I don't know, maybe the O. The O is throwing everybody off.
I think the A.
I think it's the O.
The A is capitalized.
Because it's like, the A is fine. It's Amos.
I get it.
It's the most part that everybody's getting wrong.
Yeah.
But then I got here and everybody's they're starting to shorten it.
Yeah.
It's like people get lazy, so now people calling me Mos.
Yeah, true.
Imagine walking around people calling you Mus. Hey, Mus.
No, don't do that.
You feel me? So I just gotta go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Now Amos sounds like a first name too. In my opinion, I think it'd be a dope first name. So if you ever have a kid or something,
no.
Yeah, but then he'd be
Amos.
No.
You don't like that?
No.
I thought it was swag.
I once knew a girl. Her last name was Lindsay, and she married a guy with. Her first name was Lindsay. She married a guy with the last name Lindsay, so she is Lindsay.
Yeah, she
didn't hyphenate it.
She did, but we always I always found it funny. Like, but it's spelled differently though, right? Like she spells it like S-A-Y at the end, and then one it's like S-E-Y at the end.
That's still.
Which I'm like, that is absolutely crazy. Like I think you just don't take the last name. At
So
that point.
yeah, I was gonna say, what do you do right there? This is the love of your life. Like this is the person that was meant for you. You'll never find anybody better.
Mm-hmm.
And do you just deal with the last name? What do you do?
I don't know. There's always more fish in the sea, I guess, at that point. I don't know if I can
That's
do that.
crazy, though.
You mean Sean?
You gave it.
Sean is crazy.
You gave it up, though? You going to give up your ultimate love of your life over the last name? Is it worth it?
It's a discussion.
Sean,
it'd be like Daniela Daniels. Like that's like it's kind of strange though, right?
I don't like that.
But is that if you have the choice, it's like all or nothing. You either Sean, or you're single for the rest of your life.
Well, I don't want to be single for the rest of
my life.
That's awful. Like that's not a.
But that's the risk you're taking if you don't take Sean with the love of your life. You may never fall in love like that again, and then you're just Sean Bowen, but you might as well be single Sean Bowen.
Could you switch? Could you switch? Like Sean Bowen, Sean? Could you switch it? Like, could y'all make an agreement on that? Is that a thing that married people can do?
I think so. I think you can do what you want.
I do.
I'm super confused as to what it is that we're talking about right now. To be honest with you.
The last name. Where you want to put it.
Okay, so Midlothian or Richmond? What was it?
I'm never going to tell anybody I'm from Midlothian.
Why not?
It's
is that like saying like I'm from like Mississauga or like Toronto, or is it like?
So I'm glad you say this, right? So, when I was young, when we first moved back to Virginia, we lived in Richmond and in the city of Richmond, right? And then from there, where we moved with my grandma, we were still in the Richmond city limits. And then once my mom moved from there, we were moved to Chesterfield County.
Okay.
So Richmond everybody knows the area, the Central Virginia 804 from Richmond. Like that's the big city, that's the capital, right? And then you have the surrounding, like outside of the city limits, you have like your counties. So that's where the Chesterfield and Midlothian, that's all that is. So even if I said Chesterfield County, people would be like, Chesterfield County. That's why I tell a lot of people Richmond. But I've lived in Richmond and I've lived in Chesterfield. I've never lived in Midlothian.
So the other thing I find fascinating here is that you've gone your whole career where your bio says you're from Midlothian and everyone's been pronouncing your last name wrong for
bigger fish to fry.
That's Lindsay, bro.
Yeah.
That's Amos right there.
At the end of the day, not a lot of people ask me about Midlothian. And
every time I see it now, I'm going to say like, what a unbelievable spot Midlothian is. You know how long it took me to pronounce? I spelt it phonetically here too. I'm like, I didn't even know how to pronounce it when I read it.
There's nothing wrong with Midlothian. It's just that to claim that would be kind of crazy.
Yeah, like, is that you?
No, it's not me, man.
You know who that is? That's Ralph Holly's phone.
Ralph Holly, he's looking for his phone.
And now I'm going to turn it off. And when he comes in here, I'm going to act like it never even
and he
went
already
on.
came in earlier. He's trying to find his phone. So what was like growing up in I'll give it, Richmond, VA? You were quite a baseball player, weren't you?
I was. Baseball is my main sport.
You know what that is? That's him pinging his phone.
You know what? I think we should probably. Is there a way to turn this thing off? Turn it down.
Give it to Melissa.
Melissa's right out there.
Because at first I thought he would give up.
This is all part of the experience. Here.
Yeah,
this is all going to be in the video.
And you can't ask to get anything taken out.
Yeah.
So this is beautiful.
I just don't know if he hit pause or not.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Are we still going? Yeah. Okay. I appreciate Ralph.
So we are.
Yeah, so we're still going.
Oh, so we will cut it. Oh,
yeah, we'll cut it. Yeah, we'll cut that. We'll cut that part. Maybe we'll keep it in. Who knows? But yeah, so growing up, Richmond, VA.
Yeah.
And baseball was the first love.
It was. Well, basketball was my first love.
Basketball's first love.
Yeah. Growing up was. I don't know, man. You look at it two different ways for me as a child and as an adult. I was in a single parent home. My mom. It was 4 of us total, which is now 6 of us. We have 2 that were added to the group when I got into college. But close knit family. The saying it takes a village. So grandma, dad was still involved, aunt, like everybody. Mm-hmm. Coaches helped us out, getting to practice and things like that. So it really took a village for me and my siblings to, enjoy the things as far as like football, baseball, basketball. So growing up, was a three-sport athlete. The first sport, like I said, basketball. I was watching basketball. I remember now, like we would sit in my mom's room and watch the playoffs. Spurs, LA going at it. Real heavyweight match.
Big Kobe guy?
I was growing up, huge Kobe and Shaq guy, right? Funny story. My younger brother, like, he grew up thinking he could beat Shaq in a 1-on-1 game, but that's another story. But yeah. So basketball was my first first love.
Do you think he can beat him or no?
No. This is a long story, but yeah. So basketball was my first sport. YMCA. It was something that just, we played sports, outside, front yard, backyard type of thing. But that was my first time being on a team, organized sport. Again, YMCA is a community thing. A lot of kids around the area. You show up on Saturday, they give you your two-sided jersey. You're either wearing the one color or the other color. You play games, and then you go home. You get snacks and drinks. And so it introduced me to just sports in general.
Yeah.
I was able to play basketball. Like I said, it's a game that I was playing with friends and family. So that was that. And then baseball was after that. So I grew up. My mom's side of the family is a huge baseball family. And so there's this minor league in Virginia where my mom grew up in Petersburg. And so there's this minor league that's, Southern Virginia. And, again, my family grew up around it. Shu grew up watching it. And I grew up, watching it as well. Me and my younger brother were bat boys for one of the teams called the DC Giants. It's in Dinwiddie, Virginia. And got introduced to baseball that way. And I'm like, man, it's, cool sport too. So it wasn't my first love or anything like that, but growing up around it, gave it a shot as well, and ended up being really good. So, baseball was my second sport, and then football came.
You think you still play?
Yeah, I could still play. Now, this is what I said. I can still play. I can still field. I know for a fact. I can still field. Hitting? Nah, probably not.
But I can get you out on Monday nights.
That's a crazy.
I still play hardball. I can get you out on Monday nights.
Oh no, yeah, we go play some softball or something like that. Yeah, I got you. I still got
okay.
That. I thought you were saying if I could go.
I'm giving you a ring when we need a guy next.
Hey, no problem.
You want to come all the way up to Markham?
Cool.
We'll get you out.
I can do that. I thought you were saying like go to Rogers and like put a Blue Jays uniform.
No.
Oh,
well, I mean, you're an athlete.
You can't get me on that team.
I don't know if I have that pull, to be honest.
I think you do.
What position were you?
Center field.
Yeah.
Started off in the infield, and the technique it took to take a ground ball and throw, it just, I don't know, it was like limiting my ability. Moved me out a little bit. I was able to use my speed, hand-eye coordination, track a ball, and then I could fully like throw. I had more accuracy the further I threw. So I wasn't like I couldn't pitch. Like I could throw hard from the outfield, but if you put me on a pitcher's mound, I either throw hard and it's wild, or I threw softer and it was accurate.
But
Same
then it was
thing
gone over the fence, so I'm assuming.
Exactly.
Now the intro said that you play receiver too.
Yeah.
So okay, let's take bias out of this. Okay, we just talking like me and you. If nobody was here,
nobody was here.
All right. Okay,
just me.
Fresh slate. Okay,
just me.
And we talking, and we got to pick a position. You got two options. You got receiver or DB. Which one are you taking at 16 years old?
At 16 years old?
Yes.
Receiver.
Why?
I was always an offensive guy growing up.
Yeah.
My first position was running back, so I was used to having the ball in my hand and scoring touchdowns. That's what was cool for me growing up. And then East Carolina came out of nowhere, Mr. Ruffin McNeil, and he said, "No, you're going to be a DB with your frame and the way you move, and you can catch the ball. We're going to move you to defensive back." And I didn't understand it, but I do now.
And that's interesting because like when I watch you play and watching other DBs play, like when it comes to natural hands, obviously I'm a receiver and a receivers coach now, so like seeing natural hands, I'm thinking, okay, he should be a receiver. But somebody that is a ball hawk on the defensive side of the ball, obviously they need great hands. So that's
sure.
Ruffin McNeil. He's got a great eye.
Yes,
great eye for talent.
I appreciate that compliment.
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
man.
for sure.
Natural hands.
I'm trying to tell you.
That.
I got
you.
Yeah. He's your college coach, correct? Is that
yes.
I'm preparing for this. I know that you said that he was a pretty instrumental part in your life.
Huge.
Growing up.
Huge.
Elaborate on that for us. And who he was.
Yeah, we'd be here all day, man. But besides it just being, him fulfilling a dream for me as far as going to college to play sports and getting a scholarship, he was from the day he came in, he drove in and sat on my couch shortly after a hip replacement, and just being an honest person, being straightforward. Just being genuine, I think that was the biggest thing about Ruffin McNeil, man. You could feel the good energy, the the genuineness that he had your best interest at heart. And he was going to shoot it straight. Like, hey, this is the plan we have for you. This is what it's going to look like. If you trust me, then, you'll be successful. And if you don't, then, that's you taking a risk on yourself. But, again, he showed time and time again, like I said, with visits and me going to East Carolina and visiting myself. I told somebody this story the other day too, but when it came down to the end of the visit, I didn't know how it went. My parents didn't know, right? I'm really like the first out of my family to take that kind of path. And so we end the visit and we sit down in his office and he hits me right there. He's like, so what we doing? Am I going to be able to coach you next year or what? And I'm like, oh, snap. I didn't know that you was going to ask me to make a decision right now. I thought I was going to be able to go home, think about it, sleep on it. But I looked at my mom, I looked at my dad, and I thought about it. I was like, do I have a reason to say no? And literally, I didn't. He checked every box, man, from being, and this is not taking anything away from my own father, but being a father figure in a sense where I'd never been away from home. If I was away from home, it was to be with family, whether it be in Chicago or wherever else. So being out on my own was huge. Being away from my parents was going to be huge. And so, like you said, to trust someone to have my best interest at heart and know that, if I need someone close to me to kind of fill in that role that, he could be a coach, but he could also be that as well. So I felt comfortable, man. And I felt like, God works in mysterious ways and it was made that way for me. And so committed there on the spot. So again, shout out to Ruffin McNeil, man, for being a great coach, but a great person, and having a good eye and seeing the future that I had.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Shout out.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I was thinking, so you go to East Carolina State U, and then kind of find your niche here in the Canadian Football League. I mean, is it crazy to think that you're one game away from 100 here in this league?
Yeah, it is actually. I'm trying to think like...
Is it more so just how quickly time flies, or is it just more so that like, oh wow, like this is a heck of an accomplishment here to make?
I'm still taking it in, honestly. I kind of see it now as like, being a professional athlete is a dream. And then once you make it there, you kind of reset and you're just like trying to prove yourself as a professional athlete. And so, the average career doesn't last that long. And so you're like, all right, let me see if I can push past that 3 to 4 years, right? Or 2 to 3 years. And then it's like by the time you get past that, you're fighting for, all right, I want to be the best in my position or whatever the case may be. So I feel like it's always something that you're fighting for as long as you're playing. Like it's just that competitive nature. And so it's like I'm at a point now where, I don't know, I guess I've just been not going with the flow, but just keeping that chip on my shoulder and just proving myself again, like year in and year out. So it's like I'm kind of so it's weird to say like, oh man, you played 100 games, like you're doing good. And then the other side of it is like, all right, like what's next in a sense. So again, it's weird because I'm still playing and we're at the beginning of the season and we have so much that we're focusing on as a team to where like, again, it's a pat on the back. Like, man, 100 games is huge. A lot of people don't get to that. But again, I guess I'm not trying to put too much weight on it,
I think when you're going through it, you don't really pay attention to like how many games I've played.
Yeah, you don't.
I mean, the only milestones that you really think about is like, whatever personal goals that you set for that year. And then like, oh, over the course of my career, I've accomplished this. I think at the end you look back and you'll appreciate it a lot more. But when you're going through it, it's not really the focus. The focus is getting a ring, getting a trophy.
Showing up. So it's like
every day.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
I'll definitely look back and say like, man, okay.
Yeah,
I played 100 games.
Yeah,
I like seen earlier that Charleston Hughes got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and
he played 200 and something games. And that kind of gave me a scale of like how to look at it. Like, okay, you played 100. You're like, around half of what? Because he played like 14 seasons or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And
that's
granted, it's been cut short a little bit. Injury, COVID year, and then technically my first year of my contract, I was expanded roster, so played 2 games that year. Yeah. So it's one of those things where
Well, that's where you met this guy, right?
That's where I met this guy, man.
Everything that you have, you owe to him.
Yeah. It is crazy though because at the time coming in, man, it was like I think Calgary was like 14-1. That's crazy.
Yes.
And we had a bunch of injuries, and so even after So put it like this: I played my first game within like 12 days. I think they counted right of being there, and so even after that game, when I got put that back down to P squad, I'm still meeting new people that were a part of the 14 win. So I'm like, all right, wait a minute. So all right, who's this guy? Like Reggie Bagleton, he was hurt. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. Then I look again. I'm like, okay, who's this guy? Okay, DaVaris Daniels. Okay, he's hurt. Like, all right, so how are we so banged up, but we 14-1,
still winning,
and that helped me realize like what the CFL was about, man. I was like, man, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy.
And that's what next man up mentality. Like, is that
you have to have depth.
Yeah.
If you look at any team that's your first, second place in your division, making a run at the end of the season, clicking on all cylinders, and then playing good football at the end of the year in the playoffs, man, at some point they've had to use their depth. Mm-hmm. At some point.
It's a long season, man.
It's a crazy long season.
You play 20 games before playoffs.
Yeah.
2 preseasons, 18 games. Like you don't hear about that. It's like any other sport that's this physical.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that is, and you're playing every week.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and there's no break. And practice is as chill as they try to make it for you now. It's still practice. You're still grinding. Mm-hmm. You're still going out there. And like, man, that's tough. And if you want to make it to the Grey Cup, depending on what place you get seed you get going into the playoffs, like you might play 23, 24 games. Like it's a long season, and you got to expect that people are going to get hurt. You got to be ready. Mm-hmm. And when your opportunity comes, I mean, you see it. Amos has played 8 years now. Yeah. Like this is Amos has played.
You already did it.
You know,
you're 19 minutes in,
and I'm over here like, yeah.
Yep.
You know, like
I did.
Lothian, Virginia.
That stuff doesn't happen by mistake. So it's like got to put the work in
for sure.
So you leave Calgary, find a place home here in Toronto. Yeah. It kind of feels like Toronto's been home for you in your CFL career.
For sure.
You've spent, the better part of your CFL career in Double Blue. I mean, what's made Toronto so special for you and being able to play with this guy and other guys that, have crossed paths with you? I mean, 1-2 big championships here as well.
Yeah. Well, that would be a huge part of it, right? The 2 Grey Cups, and especially for me, like I said, the first one I was an expanded roster, P squad guy. So my first Grey Cup that I actually played in was here, and then to go back 2 years later and play in another one and get another one was huge. But I think it was just that continued like brotherhood, man. Like when I got here, it was about proving myself. Like I don't want to just be known as, the pipeline of Calgary. Like, at that time it was like, oh, this is the new Calgary. Like a lot of Calgary guys are coming here. A lot of Calgary coaches are coming here. But I think as a group, we did a good job of making it our own thing. It was guys from Calgary, but we came to Toronto and we took, what Toronto already had as a foundation and turned it into what it is now. When I first got in the league, playing against Double Blue was, one of those games where people would come here and they would kind of slack off a little bit, go out, see the city, and still expect to show up and win the next day. Versus now, you look at BMO, it's one of the hardest, stadiums to play in now in the league. So when people play Double Blue, it's, they know they have to bring their A game. So just to be able to turn that tide and to be a part of that, be a part of the 2 championships in 3 years and a historical year in 2023, a 16-2 season. Mm-hmm. And again, to do it with the guys in the locker room and do it the way we did it, you can't write it better than that, honestly. So with that, and then just being appreciated, man, just feeling valued, top down, just the city, the community, the fans, people talk trash about it all the time, but, at times it is quality over quantity, but we've seen the quantity as well. The East Final we had in 23 was crazy. It was packed to the brim.
Yeah.
Nobody expected that, So, again, I think top down, man, just from media to on the field to off the field to being able to enjoy yourself, being on the East Coast close to family where they can come and see me play more. I think in Calgary, they may have made 3 games in my years there. So being able to bring the family with me here and for them to be more, a part of what I have going on in my career and my journey. Again, all of that combined has definitely made it feel more like home here.
So you've been a part of some amazing teams, right?
Sure.
Dating back to Calgary, what we talked about. 2 Grey Cups here. Okay. Historic team here. Mm-hmm. Historic team in Calgary. I'm going to ask, which team do you think was the best team overall in your career? 1. And then 2, what was your favorite Grey Cup of all time? Because I know they could be 2 different things.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah.
It's a hard-hitting question.
So that's a tough one.
Off, baby. That's what we do.
That's
what we do here on Helmets Off.
Best team that you've been a part of and best Grey Cup that you've been a part of. Because they could be different.
Can't say Midlothian high either.
Not Midlothian at all.
I'm thinking, man, before I don't want to make a mistake here.
No bias. No bias, man. Don't mean nothing. These are in the past.
Yeah.
See, but I feel like he gets better out of this because he was on both sides. He
was
so
it's a win-win
on the
for
Toronto
him.
team, so it's like either for him. It's like, oh, it's great. I was on that team too.
That 2018, it was
a crazy team. That's fair to say. It was a crazy team.
It's crazy. Like if you count the guys from that team that were either all-stars in Calgary or went on to be all-stars, if you count the amount of Grey Cups that were on that team, it's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous.
Like, we appreciate you saying the Toronto team.
It's over 20.
Podcast. It's all right.
Now, my favorite Grey Cup.
There you go.
There we are.
Here we go.
2024.
Yes.
Vancouver.
Yes.
That's interesting you say that. I kind of felt that, I feel like maybe your first would have been, like, your true first, right? Like in 2022.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, it's always going to hold a special place in my heart.
Yes.
For sure. Because that was my first time playing in the big game. And it felt like real CFL football. Like in SAS, it's freezing cold all week. That stadium is crazy. It's packed. Like you're outdoors. Like this feels like, all right, I'm playing real deal football in Canada. This is what we've grinded for. This is what we envisioned. Wouldn't have had it any other way. Like a warm Grey Cup in SAS would have felt crazy. Like, what is this? This isn't a Grey Cup.
Facts.
So that felt like old-fashioned, the Grey Cups you see when you go back and watch them. And then the way we won, the block field goal, like that's something I'll never forget. But it was something about that Vancouver one, indoors. And then the way we did it was like, it was a party, man. Like that was fun. That was flat out fun.
I wanted to ask you both about this. Excuse me. You look at those 2 Grey Cups, and we talk about that kind of next man up mentality, where both of them were heavily featured in that, right?
Yeah.
You go back to 2022. It's back and forth the whole entire time. Yeah. McLeod gets hurt, right? And all of a sudden, it's like you're bringing in Chad, who essentially didn't play that whole entire year, right? It's just practice, and I think he had a pass completion in the East Final.
Yeah.
Was it to you? Yeah, to you, right? On that, that little kind of fake sneak, and the next thing you know, you're in the end zone.
Yeah.
Like, then you go to BC the fall, or 2 years later, you're in BC. Chad gets hurt. East Final again. You bring in Nick. It's like the Grey Cups that you guys have won have never been easy. It seems like, right? Like, that's sports, all right, where it makes it fun, but like, it's crazy to think, like, both those games, it's a coin flip almost, right?
Yeah.
Like,
it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, man. The depth.
Yeah,
you need it. You have to have it.
Is there any time that you guys sit there where you're like, oh shit?
No.
But like when someone gets hurt, you're like, oh, damn it, right? Like this is not gonna. Or is it just like a steady the rudder and focus on what I can control? And
when you're on a good team, like when you're on a good team, it's usually because you got good leadership. And from the very beginning, you have guys who are bringing the younger guys up, or whoever's second, third string. They're also getting brought up with everybody else. It's not like you're keeping them behind just because they're not in the starting group or they haven't been here that long. So 2024, both of those years really, like you have great leadership in the building, and everybody is like this. So by the time you get to those moments and, it's win or go home and some catastrophic happens, you believe in this guy because you've been with him, you've been communicating with him this entire season.
Yep.
You know what he's about. He knows what you're about. You've studied together. You've put in extra time together. And it's just like, okay, we believe in you come in here, do everything that we've been doing this whole year. Don't change nothing. Be who you are. Let's play. And like all three of my Grey Cups, our Grey Cups, like that was kind of the whole overall team mindset. It's just like, it doesn't matter who's in there. We know we're going to go out there and ball all together because we all got each other's back. And so when stuff like that happens, you don't really flinch. You just go out there and just react, keep going.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you know, the human, you feel bad for whoever goes down. It's never, you never plan for it, or I guess you kind of do with when you set the roster. But, you know, we would love to, if we could have it that way with 20-plus games, to say, like, all right, these are all the starters, and we're going to play every game and be healthy, and we're going to go out like this. But, again, man, the nature of the game is just the science of the game.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen.
I mean, from an outside perspective, right? And obviously, you guys in the locker room, the confidence that you guys have is nuts, right? Everyone believes in themselves. But, like, I remember that in Vancouver. And I want to say it may have been the first practice that you guys had there. And it just, you know, you can kind of sense something. It felt different. I don't know. Was that the same? Did you guys have that feeling? Because honestly, the first time you guys took that field for a practice, and I think it was just a walkthrough, but then I think all you guys came together at the end and they had that crowd noise built in. It literally just felt that there was no way in hell that this team was going to lose that game.
Facts.
Like something just felt very different. Did you guys feel that?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think it was like unanimous across the whole building too, because from my perspective, what I remember most is we were like 6-6 at the time, and we had a game in Vancouver in the regular season. And we walked out there knowing that the Grey Cup was going to be in Vancouver, but for some reason, when we walked out there for pregame, we, as a receiver group at least, like we looked at each other like, bro, this feels too right. Like something about this feels too right. Like we know we're coming back. And we didn't say much about it, but after we talked about it amongst ourselves, like, but then we went back in the locker room, and then you got the head coach in there. I'm going to put this coin here, and I'm going to get it back when we come back for the Grey Cup. Or $2 or whatever it was. And you could just feel like in that moment right there that everything was shifting. Like we went from a 500 team to leaders starting to step up, people starting to get into their roles, everything starting to mold, offense is clicking, defense is starting to click. We're playing complementary football down the stretch. We get hot at the right time, end up going right back. Like at that moment, once we made it, it was like we knew it was over. Like we knew we were going to come out of there with a win somehow, some way.
That's amazing. It was same thing for you?
100%. It was one of those things, like everything he said is spot on. And the real test was for us, it was like, all right, are we going to make it through Montreal or we not?
Yeah.
You know, the Ottawa game, like that was, you know, we knew that was going to be a good game, and we could come out and try to do some things on offense to kind of, you know, test our defense. But, you know, that was one of those things that we just had to continue to put out the fire. And then we knew that the real test was in Montreal. It's like, all right, look, this is where it's at right here. But if we get to Vancouver, it's over with. Like we beat Montreal when we got there, and everybody's still talking underdog this, underdog that. But I mean, in the interviews, we when we got off the plane, like all of that, like we had the swag of like, nah, we should be the favorite. Like I don't know, this underdog talk is crazy, you know. And everybody's looking at, well, they have Nick Arbuckle, you know, they've been, you know, riding the back of Chad Kelly the whole way. But we're like, man, as long as Nick Arbuckle take care of the football and he used the weapons around him, the defense got your back. I don't see an issue. And I'm looking at Nick like, man, I seen you do it in Calgary. I see you do it here. I'm like, bro, just take care of the ball. That's it, baby.
That's unreal.
Make the decisions. Don't second guess it. Feed everybody. We gonna get the ball back to you.
We don't have you for much longer, but you got any stories about him? Or you got any stories about him that you could share that maybe are a little PG or anything that's like comes to mind?
We was talking about names earlier.
Okay.
Weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Amos versus Amos.
Don't do it, please.
I gotta ask, man.
Don't do it, man.
Is helmets off, right? That's how we do this.
Yeah.
Right? Helmets off. We get down to it. So, you know, DaVaris Daniels.
Yes.
And I pronounced that correct, right?
Yes.
That's the way I've been saying it, okay? Because I've heard people call you DaVaris.
Yeah, a bunch
I have.
Yes.
Okay? But it is DaVaris Daniels, right? And the first letter of your first name is a D, last name. You know, so some people call you Didi.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When I got to Calgary and I wasn't really I didn't know who DaVaris Daniels was at first, other than, hey, he's this great receiver that's been playing for Calgary, putting up, great numbers, and that's what I knew you as. But then I heard doubles. I heard somebody call you doubles.
Yeah.
And when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, double D, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But then I learned that it's like DD or doubles. Like, which one do you prefer?
Well, okay. Thank you for asking it that way. Yeah. Which one do I prefer?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I don't like doubles. I'll just put that out there.
No.
I don't like doubles.
Why not?
At all.
Why not? What's wrong with doubles?
Because it's very. There's no effort put into it.
Why is it not?
It's just like doubles. Like, how much effort is it to see?
How much effort is it to put into DD?
DD at least sounds better effort-wise.
Okay.
If you're saying my name, it's like me coming up to you and saying, "What up, Mos?" You don't like that.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Mos.
Whatever. That's a bad one. But listen, don't come up to me and say doubles.
Okay.
All right. I only accepted it because I was a rookie.
Okay.
And Coach Pete Costanza came off early and established me as doubles to him.
Okay.
It wasn't meant for everybody outside of him to start running with that name. And sure enough, other coaches who also came over here from that staff would call me doubles.
I've never heard anyone ever call you doubles.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never heard it before.
Exactly.
So you know how like you have your nickname with your family, or like what they call you, like, hey, you can't call me that. That's what my family calls me.
Right.
So in this case, Pete came up with doubles.
Yes.
Who all is on the list of you can call me doubles? Pete,
Nobody.
Who else?
Nobody.
Not even PC?
PC is the only one.
He's the only one.
He's the only one that should be. Obviously, seniority, pyramid, I'm at the bottom, and coaches say it. I can't say nothing back. I'm not gonna like, hey, coach, don't call me that. Like,
but you don't think doubles is cool? Like,
I don't think doubles.
If somebody
is
hear
cool.
you call, like, hey, why y'all call him doubles?
No.
Oh, because his name DaVaris Daniels.
No.
He got double D's in his name.
No. DD?
I think we're gonna start it.
DD?
I think we might start
No,
it.
please don't.
It's like, for me, like, I hate when people call me Shawnee. There's 3 people. 3 people. Grandma, mom, fiance.
Okay.
Shawnee.
Hate it when everyone else calls it.
Yeah.
Is that with a Y?
Because it's like
Yeah.
it's like you're getting sunned.
Yeah.
Spell that out for me.
SEAN. So some people spell it IE. But Y.
Okay. It's crazy though, because I want to be able to use it correctly, but my family calls me Shawnee sometimes too.
Really?
Yeah. My mom, my grandma call me Shawnee. Sometimes my sister.
Does it drive you nuts?
None of the males in my family is
okay. But like grand, mom, totally cool.
Yeah, they call me Sean.
Yeah.
My grandma has one, Sean Luke. I don't know. I still to this day don't know where she got that from. I don't know who Sean Luke is. I don't know if there's like an older
like a Star Wars character.
I don't know. It does. It felt like it, right?
Sean Luke.
But yeah. But other than that, though, like everybody's calling me Mos.
Yeah. Yeah, don't call me doubles, please.
Doubles it is.
No, like,
so do you have a
Shawnee and doubles.
I was gonna say, do you have a nickname that you prefer other than Shawnee?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've had numerous, man. It's always been Bonesy.
Bonesy.
My buddies call me Bonzi for some ungodly reason. Just
when I first got here, I didn't know if it was Bonesy or Bonzi.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Diesel was my name when I was a kid.
Diesel.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
That was my brother. Yeah. My brother's like my middle brother and I look identical to each other.
Yeah.
But he's like 6 years older than me, so his nickname was Tank. And then they said you had Tank, and then you had Diesel.
Yo, what? Imagine you in the neighborhood and they introduce you to Tank and Diesel.
Oh yeah.
Oh snap.
So like it was that was me. But now it's just like, people at work, if they call me Shawnee, lose my mind.
Okay.
Like Danny, our tech producer over here, sometimes he'll call me that just to like drive me nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, so Bonesy or Diesel?
Diesel.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
Either or.
Now don't embarrass me now if I see you out and I say, yo, Diesel, and you don't turn around.
I'll turn. No, I'll turn, dude. That was my nickname
All
as a kid. That stuck until I was probably about like 17, 18 years old.
That's fire. That's a fire.
But we're going to bring back doubles just for you.
So 100%.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Got to give you a shout out. Anything that you're promoting, where people can find you, anything you got coming up?
I just promote my everyday life. God is great. Shout out my church, Faith Temple. Shout out my family, those who support me in this career. Shout out to y'all for having me. Shout out to Toronto Argos, the best team in the league. Yeah, man.
You're one of the best in the league, man.
I
One of the
appreciate you.
nicest guys to sit down and speak with and interview. And I always said this to DD. I mean, you guys were always great for us, like when we were doing this. So
appreciate
we
you.
always appreciate your guys' time and appreciate you jumping on the Helmets Off podcast.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for dragging out a new nickname for our co-host here.
My
I can't
boy.
wait, man. We're gonna get the whole thing set up. Shawnee, doubles, Helmets Off.
Get him a name tag, man.
Everyone on Twitter now. Get rid of that TDF.
Oh yeah, we got
whatever. Just doubles.
Who is TDF baby? Who is that?
Doubles.
That's what we should have said.
Doubles
Yeah.
baby.
Appreciate you, dude.
For sure.